Malachi. Malachi is Netanyahu, the Goyim. Malachi is Nafat al-Bint. Malachi are the Goyim who occupy the Holy Land who call themselves Jews. The so-called Israeli state is Malachi. Malachi, now we're talking about the Torah, are we? Who is Malachi? Malachi is the so-called Israeli state. Malachi is those who want to destroy the legitimate house of worship that was built literally in the scale and in the line of Solomon Temple is built there. They want to destroy it and build the crab Gohemic so-called Israeli house of worship. It's enough for us to understand that there will be end-time Satan synagogue, to understand exactly what is the so-called house of Yahweh, Solomon, or so-called Solomon Temple that they want to build. They are Malachi. Malachi are those Goyim who went inside the palaces of Saddam Hussein celebrating his destruction. Malachi, who call themselves Jews in the American army. Malachi. Malachi is the satanic star of the dimensional world of magic, Satan star. Not what Allah, God Almighty, allowed to some messenger to deal with darkness even within the field of what is called magic, but in a way of righteousness. No, they are demon dark spirits. That's those Malachi. Malachi Goyim. Malachi is that big Hacham who met Netanyahu and said, soon he will come, soon your Antichrist will come, who do not want to recognize the Son of Virgin Mary as the true Messiah, that he will come in a second adjustment, similar but in a big scale in comparison to the first one before 2000 years. Those people are Malachi. Malachi are the demon who call themselves Christian or Jew, and at the same time insist that all those who speak Arabic as a mother tongue are Ishmaelian. Those are Gohims, those who cannot or do not or neglect or arrogance enough to ignore and lie about the fact of the historical steps that made people choose to speak Arabic as a mother tongue. Why did they start speaking Arabic as a mother tongue? The so-called Israelis are Malachi Goyim. Boom. Indeed, it's Satan's sanctuary. Indeed, they are the end-time Satan synagogue visitors and worshipper. Goyim. Goyim. Malachi are the one who should be kicked away from the Western world. They shouldn't touch it. They shouldn't. They're bringing a sick darkness there, even if they act nice. Goyim, those who call themselves Jews, are the Goyim. They do not want to understand that the so-called Christian are basically the one who brought them to the house of worship. The Crusaders brought them in something similar to a second crusade. The Goyim. They keep insulting the so-called Christians, those who worship Jesus or Yeshua. Day after day, many incidents, some of it are recorded in the videos. Insult, destroy, enter the church. Of course, some of them try to act Jews, respect Christian because Jesus was Jew. You are Malachi. Malachi who want to insist that the Zionist movement, the so-called Zionist movement, Zion Mountain is ours. You are Malachi, occupying and relating yourself to Zion Mountain. Malachi are the demon so-called Israelis who just don't want to understand that the Nazis, they are semi-Nazis. And without the Nazis, they wouldn't be empowered. And the so-called Zionist movement is behind empowering the Nazis and worked with the Nazis, with the colonizing power satanic power in previous century, Rome, Gog, Magog, etc., etc. I have explained. Who's Malachi? You are Malachi. Netanyahu, Malachi, Goyim, Malachi. Malachi are those who pushed the native Holy Landers Palestinian to the corner called Gaza, kicked them by force from their town, from their village, from their farms, from their houses, and then when they resist, when they react, when they want to return back to their homeland, when they want to say that you are a goyim demon Malachi, you come and accuse them of being Malachi. Shame on you, so-called Israelis. More than 30,000. The majority are innocent. Innocent. Starting with the poor children. Damn you, innocent. They want to return back to their original homeland. Why don't you go back to your original homeland? Their original homeland is the native. They are the native Holy Land. Is Palestine. Palestine is their original Holy Land. But what about you? How many came from Russia, Eastern Europe, Poland, even Azerbaijan, Ukraine recently, Asfahan, Tehran, Flash Africa, France? Come tell me you record, even from Pakistan. And who's Malachi? Malachi are the demon. When we go and return back, if there is real Israelis coming to us from a time machine, from the time of Moses until the time of Isa, the Messiah, son of Virgin Mary, and we ask them and we say, please come, give us your judgment, bring us elite, knowledgeable among you, they will immediately after a study will say those who call themselves Jews in this time, 2023, 2024, are Malachi, and those who work with them. Shame on you. Look at Netanyahu, how demon he is. Malachi. Malachi. So-called Israeli state is behind a lot of problems that took place in Middle East and taking place right now. A small one, basically big and small, is empowering the so-called Shiite. I don't need to add more information. You're behind it. For us to destroy the Sunnis, we need to empower some Shiite, make a conflict between Sunni Shiite. Worked great in Iraq 2003. Why don't it work good in Syria? Remember that the Syrian regime is led by minority. Give us a bit. But when it's come to Muammar, please interfere. Even Livni announced it and others. Livni, the Gohim whore of the so-called Israelis. Muammar, finish him. There is revolution. Saddam Hussein, we interfered. We entered Iraq, was stable. We destroyed Baghdad. No, Bashar al-Assad, leave him alone. England as well. England insists to protect him. Bashar al-Assad, yes, and Russia took advantage. Yes, he killed millions and millions. America, Obama, President Obama said, I am behind not interfering in Syria and I'm not regretting this. Where Malachi? Malachi. And at the end, Hamas is Malachi. No one is innocent in Gaza because they voted for the resistant to the people who promised resistance and returning back to the Holy Land. Unlike Mahmoud Abbas, who is just an agent working with Muhammad bin Zayed, Ibrahimic faith. And at the same time, we enjoy and we celebrate the movies of World War II, where the European Jews, fought with the Christian Jews of France, for example, in France and Eastern Europe against the Nazis. And this satanic, stupid play, like we see in the theater, between the Nazis and the free world, ignoring Rothschild role, which is small in comparison. Stephen Wise, the President of America, the hidden document, the relationship between the Nazis and even political groups in Europe. Goyim, where Malachi? Let me not talk more about the Nazis. Malachi or Gaza. Gaza is Malachi. Goyim. Malachi, they are Ishmaelian. Take your rocket dome, go to Medina. Isa is not Messiah. Daniel, we twist the prophecies, even prophecy of Daniel. Muhammad is lying. Beautiful. Ignore the Talmud. Take the rubbish about Muhammad. Malachi, we want bills. We want bills. We want bills. Pom Gaza. We want bills. We want bills. Malachi. Netanyahu said they are Malachi. They are Malachi. No one innocent. Fuck you, you son of a bitches and faggots. Truder Green, cursed. I'm blessing you with my spit.